There are approximately 7.5 billion people in this world, each person possessing traits that are unique to them, with no two people being exactly alike. Many factors come into play when talking about traits that allow them to differ from one person to another. In this video, we will be talking about those factors and how they affect each person, building up who they are, basically answering the question, what makes you, you? Watch along as we look at Mara and Clara and find out how these factors work. The Agustin family lived in a relatively small town. Samantha was the mother, a woman with long silky hair, of short stature and fair complexion. The father, John, had darker complexion, curly hair, and was much taller than her wife. They were blessed with two daughters, Mara and Clara, who are identical twins. They have their father's brown eyes, their mother's silky hair, and seem to have inherited their dad's height genes. Factor number 1. Genetics. Genetics is one of the major factors that affect the traits of each individual. Your genetic makeup determines how your body would work and how you would look like. You inherit these traits from your parents, your parents' parents, your parents' parents' parents, your parents' 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 parents, parents' 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 parents, and so on. In our example, the twins' hair, eyes, and height were influenced by both their parents' traits, which they inherited. Now, back to the twins. The twins grew up around different people. Mara showed great interest in sports and has played football since a young age. Clara, on the other hand, was more of an indoors person. She spent her time reading and surfing the internet. They weren't very much alike in terms of hobbies, but they still did get along. When they led separate lives as adults, around different social trends, interests, social circles, diet, lifestyle, the twins grew even more different from each other. What they did and what they were surrounded with in their day-to-day lives had changed not only their physical traits, but perhaps also their mental and psychological characteristics. Factor number 2, the environment. The lifestyle and the condition of the environment greatly affect the organism throughout its lifetime. In plants, for instance, the amount of sunlight that they get affects the coloration of their leaves and their overall state of health. These environmental factors may also trigger the development of certain conditions, both hereditary and non-hereditary. Cancer and diabetes are some of the few conditions wherein a child inherits the risk of getting the disease, but the lifestyle can either help it spread or develop or hold it at bay. Now let's go back to the twins again and look at them side by side from when they were kids. As children, they looked very much alike. The environment had not affected them as much yet, thus, they share a lot of similarities as expected of twins. As teenagers, we can see some differences already. Mara was athletic, thus she got lots of exercise, worked out her muscles, and got a tad darker because her sport was out in the field. Clara maintained most of her traits as a kid as she was an indoors person. It was not out as much as her sister. As adults, because they lived in different places, with different lifestyles around different people, a significant amount of change can be seen. Hair color, the development of their bodies, their behaviors, and perhaps many more have changed between them, yet we still can say that they are indeed twins. Though the twins are not real, the changes that occurred were not made up. In varying degrees, each person is affected by their genes and living conditions. Each person has a unique set of traits that is a combination unlike any other person in the world. These traits, whether inherited or influenced by the environment in different levels, allow each and every one to be their own individual, building them up to be one of a kind. And that is what makes you, you. Thanks for watching.